Bitch, I'm ballin'. I came from nothing to something like it's nothing. Yeah, you know I done it. That is no discussion. Bitch, I'm ballin'.
Hey, what is up, guys? Henry the Blasian here, and as you can see, today we are going to be reviewing the masked assassin himself, Rip Hamilton, aka Richard Hamilton. As you guys can see over here, this is the card that people have been wanting me to review for a while, saying he's the best shooting guard you can get. I still say nothing stands above my man Reggie Lewis, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about this card, see why I still don't think he is the best card in the game. You can see though, card's looking great. 89 overall Richard Hamilton, 400 salary cap for the round 3 of the Supermax is when I'm currently recording this. We're gonna go ahead and look at his stats. So he's got great height, 6'6" for a shooting guard, amazing. 92 offensive overall, silky, and a very nice 86 defensive overall at 185 pounds. Now, driving layup, he's got it. 92 standing layup, very nice. He actually has somewhat of a post fadeaway, oddly, with a 60 post control and a 70 post fadeaway. So once in a while on a guy you've got a mismatch on, you might be able to hit that fadeaway, but not something I would bang on. 85 draw foul is always super nice, something that's above average, but he's got a nasty mid-range, guys. Like, look at this. I'm 95 open mid-range, 95 contested, 94 off dribble. That's silky. If he has difficult shots, which I'm pretty sure he does, when you see the badges, you guys will see that he is indeed a monster. Now, you guys can see he's got an open shot 3 of a 90, off dribble of a 3 of an 84, decent, and contested of an 89, which is very nice. So far, he's exactly looking like what Rip Hamilton was, and that is a sharpshooting offensive monster. 88 free throw, 78 ball control, which can be boosted with boosted with a shoe. He is able to speed boost. Passing, he's fairly average, nothing out of the ordinary. Rebounding, nothing we expect of him. But on the defensive end, this card seems like an amazing two-way player. Lateral quickness of a 94, pass perception 88, shot contest of an 80, not really a high steal, a 90 defensive consistency though, and an 89 on ball. Everything else you can see, he's a very nice defender. He's got a driving dunk of a 70, but a weak contact dunk, so he's not a body grabber. So I wouldn't really expect him to catch bodies, and that's what I think you got to rely on in this game. And that's one thing, again, I don't like about this card. That's another thing I didn't like about Monte Ellis, really, is that you can't really drive to the basket expecting to hit layups in this game. Unless you're dunking, you got to be careful going to the basket. But speed wise, he's actually got the speed. Acceleration 86, speed 88, speed with ball 83, that's okay, nothing too bad. 94 stamina is always nice. 50 strength, a little on the low side, but an 80 reaction time. 97 offensive consistency is always something that's really nice. So as you can see, they portrayed Rip Hamilton really well as far as attributes, and they made him a nice two-way player, which is exactly what he was. This card is an amazing two-way player. Do not get me wrong, he is disgusting when it comes to defense, especially. This man has made defensive plays for me that have saved my life. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the proficiencies, and that's another thing he just shines. And you can see that he's got really high proficiencies in a lot of things, that being the balance, pace and space, perimeter centric, and the 7 seconds one as well. Everything else is above average other than the triangle. So Phil Jackson, your coaching is not allowed here. Sorry, man. So these are the proficiencies to look at for those of you that are wondering what proficiencies or what type of coach you'd want to run through and what type of play style. Here you are, guys. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the badges. You see that it comes with catch and shoot. Difficult shots for that nasty mid-range pull-up. You know it's going to be nasty. Limitless range. This is the first card I've seen that actually has limitless range. Nasty. Corner specialist. Mid-range dead-eye. Deep-range dead-eye. So shooting-wise, this man's got the badges. Shooting, he's got the badges. Shooting off a dribble, catch and shoot, shooting from deep, shooting from the corner, and then being an absolute dead-eye. He's got the badge for it. That's amazing. And to make it better, he comes with the 3 passive badges: clutch performer, microwave, which is always a beautiful badge, and championship DNA. So on paper, this card is looking like an absolute monster, and I can see why people can think this is the best shooting guard in the game. But now, we're going to go ahead and hop into freestyle, take a look at his release, and see what it is about Rip Hamilton that we like, that we don't like. I'll give an overall review, and if I recommend that you guys go ahead and pick him up. Alright guys, so here we are. We've got Rip Hamilton on the court. We're going to go ahead and turn on his hot zones. And that's another really good thing about this card, is that he's got no cold zones, but he's got hot zones all over the place. Always a really nice thing about this card. His release, though, is the one thing I don't like. As you can see, that was almost a full white bar. We're going to go ahead and shoot from his hot zones. He's got a nice green release there, but the thing I don't like about this card is what we're talking about right away. He's got a very inconsistent jumper. I've never really been a fan of it. I used it in 2K17 when that Ruby Rip Hamilton came out as an event card. There's times where he cooks, but he's just not very consistent as far as shooting. In the mid-range, he's a dead-eye, but I want someone who's going to shoot the 3 consistently, especially with the high stats that he has. As you can see, the margin of error for this card is pretty high. Unless you're not getting green, it's not guaranteed to go in every time. You can see that was a full white bar right there, and it didn't go in. So the Masked Assassin clearly needs glasses because he's just not being a sharpshooter as far as shooting from far. You can see that he releases deadly. In the mid-range, now margin of error is very low. From the 3-pointer, you better be shooting green lights or super accurately to be hitting them, because that's where he seems to lack. Maybe it's just me, but I've heard that about a couple of other people as well. When it comes to shooting with this card, he's not very consistent. I mean, now I'm starting to agree because I know his release, but look at that. That was a full white bar again, and we continue to miss. I know some people are going to be like, but that's 2K18. We're missing all these full white bars, but no card misses like this guy does. I am telling you, it's ridiculous. Now, as far as dunking, he does have the athleticism. I'm about to show you right here. He has athleticism. Good thing about this card is that he's got really good defense. If you do decide to get this card, guys, realize that he's not going to be the star of your team. You're better off having this guy as a role player. Make him the role player of the team. Do not focus your offense through this card, but on the defensive end, he's definitely going to shine. Offensively, you don't want to, you don't want to run your offense through him. Let him be the role player. Let him be the guy in the corner that catches a 3 when it's wide open. Let him be the guy that catches the little things, is there to catch that offensive board, is there to make the play happen and draw in people double teaming on him. People will usually see a Ruby card and they'll automatically think he's going to go off with that card. Let him be that distraction, but do not focus your offense on him. I just don't think he's consistent enough. As you can see right there, another full white bar. Full white bar right there. Perfect almost. Not even in. Let's test out that limitless range. He's still missing a crap ton. It's just not a card that's very offensively consistent. Maybe that gold catch and shoot helps him when you pass it to him, but as far as him shooting by himself, it's just not very consistent. Not a big fan. Definitely a card you guys, I would recommend you guys could pick him up. I think a better two-way players you could pick up, honestly. I think Dan Marley is better and cheaper collection to finish and pick him up. I would rate this card 7.5 to 8 out of 10 because his defense, this Rip Hamilton's defense, is stupidly nice. So if you do want him for the defense, go ahead and pick him up. I still think Dan Marley has better defense. Him and Dan Marley are the same height. Dan Marley has a more consistent jumper and a better 3. He might not be able to go to the basket as good as this Rip Hamilton, but as far as shooting, Dan Marley excels so much more consistently, better release. I did do a review on Dan Marley. You can go ahead and look back on my videos if you guys want to see the Dan Marley review. I'll put it down in my description if you guys want to check it out, but I definitely think there's cheaper collections like Dan Marley to complete. I'm not sure what Reggie Lewis is, but I still stand beside Reggie Lewis being the best shooting guard to complete as far as the Ruby current collections in NBA 2K18. And that is the final verdict. Ripper Hamilton, you're a great card. I forgot to show you guys the size up, so I'll show you guys that right now, but you can see nothing out of the ordinary, nothing too crazy. So they're probably going to come out with like a Sapphire Rip Hamilton soon enough, the Wizards one. I'm not sure if that one's already out actually, and if that is out, go get that. Do not lock in your collection. Go try out the Sapphire one before even thinking about getting this Ruby one, because I just do not think that this card is worth it. He is very inconsistent. Very good card on paper, not a very good card when it comes to the game. But anyways, guys, that is my review. If you guys did enjoy this video, you already know what you gotta do. You hit that like button on the video, and for you new subscribers, hit that subscribe button and join the Blasian Nation. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and thank you for the support. I appreciate it. I hope you all have an awesome day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. Thank you, and talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.